Hey, welcome to my video. I'm actually feeling a little bit down today because for the past few days, me and my family have been dealing with a health crisis. My father, who I really love, was suddenly rushed to the hospital. From the hospital, they found out that he has to have emergency surgery. So we just finished going through that process, and we're just continuing to pray that he continues to heal and recuperate, and I believe by faith he will. But this has just been a very emotional process. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the top 4 things you need to look for when you're going through crisis with the man who's dating you. So what 4 things should you look for? Stay tuned. Let's get started. Alright, you guys. So like I said, this has been such a draining time. My heart has been broken so much. I've prayed more than I ever thought I would. And it's just been such a hard time with my father. The surgery that he had was so intense. But with that being said, I'm recording this video from my childhood room because my main priority is making sure that my mom stays safe during this time and comforted, and making sure my father's health is his main priority. So I'm staying with her for a while. So that's why the background looks like the way it does. It got me to thinking about the things that we as women should look for from a man when we're going through times of crisis. So number 1, you guys, the first thing that you need to look for when you are going through crisis from a man that you're dating, from a man that you're in a relationship, is that he calls. I know that seems so elementary, but I can't express how much a phone call goes as far as making someone feel supported, and knowing that he cares. And so if you're going through a crisis, you know, we all have the crisis as far as COVID. We have the crisis as far as the racial tensions going on right now, but add to it another layer of sickness or death, and it's just mind-blowing like how hurt you can feel from it. So having a guy who calls you consistently to check on you and to just let you know that he's there, that makes a big difference. So that's the first thing. Does he call? I remember one time when back a while ago, I remember losing my grandmother, and at that time I had called. I was in high school, and I called and let a guy know, and he was like, yeah, so what's up? So when you going? He was like, oh really? That's sad. So when you going, you know, come over, or when can we do this? Or, and I'm just like, he basically brushed me off. And I don't know about you, but that's one of the worst feelings, to be brushed off. So number 1, does he call, and does he show that he cares? Not just about, you know, what's going on in his life, but that he cares about you. And number 2, when he calls, does he care to listen to you? Because when you're in a space of crisis, the main thing that you really need is someone to be available to listen to you, not just talk about their life, but really listen and show up in a powerful way, like I say, and should show that he really does care about you. So is he allowing you space to talk? Is he allowing you space to vent? Or is he also allowing you space to be quiet? Like, you may want to be on the phone with him, but you don't necessarily want to, you know, talk because your heart is sad. So having a man who's supportive and masculine and understands that and gets that, you know, and can still carry the conversation and can still make you feel comfortable in your space of feeling sad is a wonderful thing to have. All right. The third thing that you should have from a man who you're dating, if you're going through times of crisis, is that he's willing to be there for you physically. He's willing to be present for you. He's willing to show up for you. He's willing to come physically and be with you and your family in your time of need, or you in your time of need. So, you know, and if you're separated by states and stuff, that's different. But it's so nice, you know, to have somebody who is supporting you and can be there physically. And if a man cares about you, you know, and he's able to, he'll move mountains to be with you. So number 4, you guys, is that you need a man who is willing to pray with you. from someone you care about. You know, I love, you know, the fact that, you know, having a man pray for you is just amazing. It just really causes you to feel covered in a way, and that's what we ultimately want as women who are looking to be married, feminine women. And we want a man who can cover us, not just who can just provide. We want that too, but we want a man who's a protector in the sense that he prays, he covers us physically, he covers us with prayer. You know, he's just a covering, because we know if he's a good covering for us, he will be a good covering for our future kids. So a man who can pray over you. And you know, sister to sister, like, don't worry about, like, you know, the depth of the prayers. I just think that prayer is beautiful, period. You know, and so if he's praying for you, or if you ask him, you know, would you mind praying for me, he says yes, hey, that's a good thing. And it really just adds a layer of peace, especially when you're going through crisis. So with that being said, you guys, if you're not a part of the Single Women Suite, make sure you join my group on Facebook, and answer the question below. Have you ever had a man pray for you? Is that something you desire in your new relationship or next relationship? And I pray for all of you that are going through crisis, and just know that God will get you through this. Know that God promises in his word, like, even in the darkest times, he will never leave you nor forsake you. And 1 Peter 5 verse 7 says to cast all your cares on him, for he cares for you. And when you really know the true depth of God's love, you guys, it makes going through this crisis so much easier, you know, whatever crisis you're facing. So know that God cares for you, he loves you, and he's wrapping his arms around you right now. And keep me and my family up in your prayers. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.